Hello my dear friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to take care of aloe vera plants. As you can see here, I got about half a dozen aloe vera plants in a pot. That's actually the one that I have planted first, and its offsprings, offsets or pups, whatever you call it. They have grown to bigger sizes, and there are some smaller ones too. The plant is quite healthy, though I don't take care of much like manuring or other kind of things, because it's a very hardy plant. Is of desert origin, originating in the Arabian peninsula and spreading to the rest of the world. So even if you're planting it in an area where there's dry land and there's not much of chance of irrigation, the plant will pick up. It will not die off. It doesn't need much of watering too. Maybe you'll have to provide some water when the topsoil is too dry, maybe once in a week or twice in a week. Or in the summer months, maybe you'll need a little more. In the winter, you can do it even in once in 15 days, no problem. You see, it's a pup or offset, which is used to propagate new plants. They come off the main stem of the plant. See, as a part of replanting and using resoiling, I'm just taking out the plants one by one. I'm just pushing them off the soil. It doesn't matter because though it has got plenty of biomass, the root ball is not good enough to hold it on the ground. So all of them, when I take them out, you can see they've got very little roots, and that is a dried stem, of which one small pup was trying to come out, and it is another small pup. And these smaller ones I will not be planting here, but I will be using another pot to plant them. So I have taken out all the aloe plants, and you see on the right side of me, that's you can see some plastic bags and other things in which I have been keeping the soil to be reused. I don't use the old soil, but a totally new one. Now I'm emptying it out so that I can fill about half of that or more than that. I'll fill with new soil mixed with the necessary manure and other things. Then I'll instead of making holes and trying to put, it's very difficult to put all these 4 plants into this, because I'm not pruning or doing anything. It's a little heavy, this it's very fleshy, the leaves and other things. The plant half a kilo to 1 kilo weight they may be having. So if I don't cut off the leaves, the plants will pick up within a few days, and it will not harm the plant, and I can use those leaves whenever I require them. And see, after the emptying out, I am applying some disinfectants, like it's a neem oil emulsion that's being sprayed onto the pot. It's a cement pot, because it may have some small kind of pests like the pill bugs or roly-polies that I could see in this. And anyway, that will be going with the old soil, which will be sterilized before using for another pot or another plant. And in the meanwhile, this pot, in fact, it has to be dried out in the sun or sterilized and used again. But I don't have much time for that, so I'm just sterilizing the pot with some neem oil emulsion spray, which is good enough. And you can see this soil I have taken out on the right hand side. It is in fact too much of water in that, I mean humidity in that. I didn't take care much to see that when I water other plants, I water this also, sometimes unknowingly or knowingly. Anyway, it doesn't harm the plant much, but it's not advisable to, it's always better to keep it dry. Now this is the soil I have kept for the plant, and I have almost filled it to almost 3/4 of the pot, cement pot, and I'll be planting the aloe vera plants that have taken out one by one, and then I'll be filling the soil for the rest of the pot. And finally I'll be applying a mix of potting soil plus some dry cow dung cake powder, which you can see later on. I think the camera is not being focused properly because I just have a little bit of trouble in holding the camera and planting them. I'm not used to it, maybe because of that I don't have anyone right now to help me in this. So be kind to bear with me for this inconvenience. I hope you'll not mind. And see, this, you see the other smaller one that is being filled. And see, all these there are 4 plants now, I think, and these 4 ones will almost fill the pot. And aloe vera has got several varieties. If you look at this, you can see that its stem doesn't grow much, and some of the varieties have straight stems. This cannot hold the weight of it. So once leaves are grown, they just lie down on the pot, just like as you can see here. It cannot stand straight. And this particular variety I do have, that doesn't flower also. And the taller ones which can grow up to, these are pups, you see, or offset, which can be grown to newer, bigger plants. The taller ones which can grow up to 1 meter in height, that's about 3 feet, will flower also once in a while, but this doesn't even produce flowers. And this is the nature of potting mix plus cow dung, dry cow dung powder, which I'll be using to fill the rest of the pot, so that the plant will be properly fixed. And here I'm applying some water. In fact, I'm drenching it, properly drenching it, so that you see the air holes and other things